Hey y'all. Okay, Real Housewives of Potomac. Um, so Karen went back to her hometown of Surrey, Virginia, I think. Um, I believe that's what it is. But anyway, she went back to her hometown and she decided to take Ashley and Giselle. And I was confused the entire time because I'm just like, well, why did she choose those two in particular? And then I watched the little after show that they do on Bravo on the YouTube channel, and I found out why. So let me play this little clip real quick. I do not own the rights to this. Shouts out to Bravo.
Karen invites you and Ashley to visit her hometown, meet her family, see how she grew up.
Ladies, you're actually going to harvest corn.
What made you decide to invite the two of them?
I have to say, Ashley and I are growing. She deserved that. She deserved to share and to get to know me deeper and my family.
It was nice to see her in an environment where we were celebrating something positive. So that was nice.
Giselle, well, you do with this what you want. You know, I wanted my girls, Monique, and I wanted Candace to go with me. And I had spoken to them. And it wasn't going to happen. And that's true.
You maybe wouldn't have invited Giselle otherwise.
I probably wouldn't have, but it's important that she sees, because she said some negative things in the past about being a farmer's daughter. Well, the truth of the matter is, we own the plantation that we grew up on as slaves. Okay, I don't have to ask, can I visit?
I think what is so,
Period. And then Giselle went on to say some shady stuff as only Giselle knows how to do. Okay, I can't really remember how the episode started. It really wasn't much to the episode, to be honest. What is Monique doing? Child, it's still this whole recovery thing from the fight and everything. So Monique is sitting where she at, child. And to this day, Monique still, I don't think, has apologized to Candace. I mean, God. Well, hell, at least she's consistent, and at least she is staying true to who she is. Because sister said, I'm not apologizing. And child, just as wrong as she want to be, just as wrong. My goodness. Like I said, Monique should have knocked off a couple of people before she knocked off Candace. Giselle, that's an ass whooping in the making, honey. That should have been happened. She should have been gave Giselle two to the dome. Not to support violence, but Giselle has been bullying Monique for years now. For years. But, we all know Giselle's not about that life. She throws rocks, hide her hands, light the fire, walks away. And so, the minute you put your hands on her, she ain't gonna do nothing but call the police and all that kind of stuff. What I found interesting was that Karen was having a conversation with Ashley and Giselle when she was in her hometown, and Karen told them that that she would not press. She said that if it was her in the situation, if she was Candace in the situation, she said that she would have pressed charges, which is interesting because it very much so seems like Karen is on Candace's side. Sorry, Karen is on Monique's side more so than Candace. And we're going to see Karen and Candace have like a little verbal altercation later on in the season. And it looks like the housewives are flipping on Candace as the season goes on. So I don't know. We're going to see. Candace messes up a lot of times because she runs her mouth too much. She does. She speak when it's not necessarily the most appropriate time to speak or to say whatever she's gonna say. She's very impulsive, and sometimes it's just not needed, and that causes you to dig a deeper grave for yourself when you're already in the hot seat. So yeah, we have some new confessional looks. Not Robin. Monique has a new confessional look. She's very pretty, you know, hair cascading all the way down her back. She has on pink. Monique is a pretty girl. Candace is giving very poetic justice tease with her look. Candace is a pretty girl too. Very nice. So I appreciated those looks. Less is more, in my opinion. With girls or people in general who are naturally attractive, less is more most of the time. You know, unless you're doing some kind of wild photo shoot or something, then, you know, or video, then let have. But on a normal everyday basis, less is definitely more because, you know, the beauty's already there. You ain't got to do much. Sometimes Candace does a little much with the hair and makeup. It's a lot. It's heavy wigs, thick heavy wigs, lots of makeup. And Candace ain't number 33 years old, girl. You don't need all that on. But anyway, yeah, so Robin, she had a scene with Candace. She went over there to see how Candace was doing. Robin told Candace that she meaning Monique, had no remorse for what she did. Why did she tell Susie cry a lot about that? Because, you know, she's, y'all know Candace. Candace, get you an endorsement with tissue or something, sis. And a bonding glue. I saw an interview. She said it was gots to be glue that she used as to why her wig did not fall off. But you know, Candace, as soon as she started talking, you know, she dot them eyes, child. And Robin was just like, well, what's going on? She was like, why are you crying? She was like, she has no remorse. Like, I just can't believe it. If I can remember, I'm going to leave an interview that Candace did in the Bonner Bar below. And she explained in detail the whole entire thing as to why Monique, I guess, not that it was an excuse, but why she did what she did. Why she felt like she needed to do what she needed to do to Candace. And like I thought before, Candace had like a small part in the whole big rumor of Monique's son allegedly not being by Chris and stuff, and she had a small part in it, but apparently she shut it down and let it go. And so this is what Monique is using as her reason as to why she did what she did. But then I remember seeing a live with Monique and Chris Samuels where she said that the fight with Candace had nothing to do with that situation. So it's like, yeah, it's a bunch of different stories. So yeah. I think it's just, when it comes to Candace and Monique, it's just a simple thing of she came for the weakest link. She knows she can't come for the other ladies because they will call the police on her. Or maybe she just has more respect for them. Even though not to support violence or nothing, but Giselle should get a good pow from you, Monique. Because she's been awful, and she played you this season, tried to make it seem like she was your friend. It wasn't. The whole time plotting and scheming and telling the camera that you're messing around with your trainer allegedly and all kind of stuff. So I just don't know. Yeah, anyway, so we'll talk about that. Robin comes over to talk to Candace. They talk for a little minute. Robin allegedly owes the IRS $90,000. I don't even know how much I owed them last year. About 500 something. But I don't know. She apparently does her own taxes and she wasn't doing them right. That's why I don't do mine. I don't understand any of that stuff. I don't understand how you can take out $400 or more of taxes on somebody and they don't broke their back in half for their paychecks they get, and you can take that much from them. That's awful. That's awful. And there should be a limit on how much taxes is taken out. A person shouldn't have to raise their dependents to some obscene amount so that they can get their own check. And then they're going to end up paying it back anyway. That's awful. Like, I don't get it. I do not. But yeah, I barely got out. I did enjoy accounting when I had that class in college, but I barely got out of it. I've never been a math wizard. Math has never been my thing. My favorite subjects in school was always reading / language / English, whichever. They all mean the same thing. That and lunch. I was proficient at lunch. I always excelled at lunch. Okay. So those are my favorite subjects. And, basic math. I know division, multiplication, subtraction, addition. I know a little bit of geometry. I know a good bit of geometry. I enjoy geometry. I know a little bit of algebra. Statistics I'm okay. Everything else, out of here, honey. Out of here. So, yeah. I don't do my own taxes, child. Shouts out to all the people that do their own taxes. Babe, I really haven't tried, to be honest, to do my own taxes. So maybe I will one day, get up the courage. But it's just scary. It's scary to me, and I just don't fool with them IRS people there. No, so shouts out to everybody who do their own taxes. But I completely sympathized with Robin in that moment. But my God, I think I'm a little smart enough not to get that high in 90,000, huh? Rich people got all the money in the world and don't want to pay taxes. But us poor people out here working, breaking our back down, paycheck to paycheck, we are forced, so we got to pay all these taxes back. But y'all don't think y'all have to pay none back? They taking all our little checks, but y'all got all our checks put together and then some, and y'all don't think y'all should pay taxes? Insane. But yeah, so it was found it interesting. I'm like, Robin, you sitting there coming for Karen, bringing pizzas and stuff to her house, trying to recreate a moment last season that wasn't funny, and you so focused on trying to smear Monique's name in the mud and ain't paid your taxes. Child one ain't gonna marry you. You can't even count. Sick of you. Let me see. So we meet Karen's people. We meet her aunt, her aunt, her great aunt, her aunt, her dad's little sister. We meet I think a niece, a cousin. Oh, they all look alike. The little auntie was cute, the great aunt, which was married to her grandfather's brother. Lovely family. Take them back to the farm, and it was real nice. Karen, she was in a parade. She was hugging people, kissing babies the entire time. Ashley and Giselle was shading her the entire time. Just coming for her, saying, "Oh, she really ain't no big deal." I understand why she has this grande dame attitude, because here in this little town of 3 people, she is the grande dame, and and she moved to a bigger town where you're not the grande dame, where nobody knows you, and so that's why she developed this attitude. Look, we all know Giselle's Karen's grande dame persona and all that. We all know what that's about. I mean, Giselle pretty much did sum it up. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, just let her live. Like she's not bothering you. And I invited you around my family, and I let you meet my peoples, and then you're gonna shade me the entire time. It's just ugly. I I have no idea why she chose Giselle to go. I would have preferred her to bring Robin than Giselle. I wouldn't take Giselle up the street to Walmart. She ain't gonna do nothing to talk about the car. She gonna talk about every single person that's walking the streets. She gonna talk when she gonna talk about the parking lot at Walmart. We gonna get into Walmart. She gonna talk about the buggies. She gonna make fun of the signs, silly stuff. She gonna talk about I don't like the way that tomato shaped. Giselle's just that girl. She's just that girl. She's awful, awful, awful. Besides that beauty, like I always mention, and she got about 9 more years on that beauty before she started to look like the witch from Snow White. So I just don't get it. I just don't have nothing nice to say about that lady. I don't. Besides the fact that she has beautiful daughters and incredible, smart, lovely daughters, smarter than their mommy is. Besides that, and besides of her looks, which are fading, there's nothing else nice I have to say about Giselle Bryant at all. Let me see. Yeah, it was just so rude. I thought it's like, oh, just Candace pressing charges on Monique. I can't. She has every right to press charges. She was violated. That's just the truth. I can't say, nothing about that. I mean, she was violated. Me personally, though, I just probably wouldn't have pressed charges, only because I just didn't want to go through the whole process, whole court process, and such a process, right? That reason, and I just. Even in situations like that, there is a part of me that always try and have a little empathy for a person. Even though you shouldn't, and if you don't, that's fine. You have that right, and you're right. But I just don't think that Candace has quite looked inside herself yet. We all can agree that she did not deserve that at all. But I just don't think that pressing charges is the answer in this case. I just don't think it's going to do anything. I think that you should just not fool with that person, period. Because you pressing charges on her, how are y'all ever going to come back from that? How are y'all, if you want to come back, how are y'all ever going to even film together? Monique's not going to want to have nothing to do with you. She's not going to ever want to see you. And at the end of the day, that's your co-worker. So, how does that work? Bravo's going to have to pick one over the other, or get rid of both of y'all. Which would cause a whole nother legal thing. So. And then Candace would be like, hey, I ain't even do nothing. But y'all fired me, I'm coming after y'all. So it's just it's a whole thing. But I don't think it went anywhere, the lawsuit. Because we've been heard about that, but I don't think it went anywhere. But, y'all tell me in the comment section if it did. But, yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I can't tell. Because, if you hurt Chase King and I ain't do nothing to you, probably I could probably seek or take legal action, but I don't know. I've never been in that situation. Hopefully I won't ever be in that situation. I don't know. When you're in the heat of the moment, when you're emotional, who knows. But it's interesting that Karen said that about Monique, that if she was Candace, she was press charges and stuff. Like, that's interesting. But she waited to allegedly press him. I guess she instead of just pressing them right then, she waited to press them. So I don't know. We can talk in the comment section how y'all feel about everything. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much the episode. Yeah. Candace is still affected. Monique seemingly don't care. Well, she had a scene with the pastor and she was crying saying that she didn't deserve that and da-da-da-da-da. But I mean, you know, you did something to me and it takes you 2 months to want to sit down and apologize to me. I don't want to hear it. I don't need it. I don't need your apology. I moved on from it. It took you 2 months to feel some kind of remorse for me. Keep it. It's good. Giselle and Ashley are rude. Karen is living it up. Who else? Wendy had a scene with her sister, looked just like her. Wendy was discussing with her sister how she's gonna handle the situation with telling her mom that she no longer wants to be in her field of work. Who else? And and Robin can't count. She can't count. So yeah. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKeyswell on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKeyswell89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.